So far we have discussed about the characteristics of living organisms and the organization structures in a cell, and then tissues to organs, organs to organ system, and so on. If you get a question when you have to compare living form and a non-living form, let us discuss what characters can we compare. For example, if we talk about machines, you all know that machines need energy, so we provide them energy in the form of fuel so that they work efficiently. So machines need energy. Secondly, machines do react too. For example, if you take a television remote, by pressing its buttons you can change its channel, so machines can react as we react too. Then machines are subjected to basic laws, for example gravitational laws, for example frictional laws, just as living organisms. Then machines have a lifespan also. How they have a lifespan? Because they grow old, their body parts go through wear and tear, so they have a lifespan. But can you say that machines reproduce? Can machines make new machines? No, right? So this characteristic trait, which is present in only living organisms, is not there in case of machines. Secondly, do machines grow? No, machines cannot grow as living organisms. Thirdly, do machines have cellular organization? No. Since cells are the basic and fundamental units of life, they are not present in machines. That is why they are considered as non-living. Then machines cannot even repair their damaged parts themselves. As you all know, that we have a tendency, we have a special repair mechanism that goes inside our body which heals us. For example, you get a cut, it is repaired instantly. Why? Because our body has a special repair mechanism that is not there in case of machines. So you have an overview how you're going to compare the characteristic traits in living and non-living forms. Except for the 7 basic characteristics we have discussed, there are a few characteristics that need to be discussed again. Let us talk about the first characteristic that is found in living organisms, that is metabolism. Now what is metabolism? Since you know in a cell there are many chemical reactions that go inside, and these sum total of all the chemical reactions that go inside the cell is known as metabolism. So these reactions can be of different types, right? So we have classified metabolism into 2 types. One, we have anabolism, and the other type is catabolism. You need to be very familiar with these terms because they are very important when you study biology. Anabolism and catabolism. Anabolism are the reactions which are concerned with building up of something. For example, you take the reaction of formation of glucose, 6CO2 plus 12H2O. It forms glucose, C6H12O6. I am not writing the complete reaction, but just for your understanding that anabolism reactions are concerned with building up of something. Okay, these are building reactions. And catabolism on the other hand are opposite of that. For example, if you talk about breakdown of glucose into CO2 and water, this is a catabolic reaction. Why? Because this is involving breakdown of something. So in case of anabolism reactions, you can also conclude that the free energy is stored in the form of potential energy. Since they are building up reactions, the free energy is stored in the form of potential energy. But catabolism means breaking down of something, so the potential energy due to that breakdown converts into kinetic energy. This is just for your understanding so that you have a fair idea about what anabolism and what catabolism means. So anabolism are building up reactions, and in this case the free energy is stored in the form of potential energy for various life activities. And in catabolism, they are the breaking up of inorganic or organic molecules into simpler inorganic molecules, and in this case potential energy is converted into kinetic energy. So this is what metabolism means. Metabolism is the sum total of all the reactions that go inside the cell, and these reactions can be of two types, whether they are involved in the building up of something or whether they are involved in the breaking or splitting of something. So metabolism is of two types, anabolism and catabolism. Anabolism involves reactions which are involved in building up, and here the free energy gets converted to potential energy, and catabolism involves reactions which involve the breaking of some organic molecule into simpler inorganic molecules. Here the potential energy gets converted into kinetic energy.